What is up, dweebs and dweebettes and every dweeb in between? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi. Today we're going to be doing a DIY video. This is my first ever DIY video, so forgive me if it's a bit all over the place. There were a lot of mistakes in this video, so if you do end up wanting to do this grass panel, neon sign setup, you know, the classic content creator setup, I hope you do learn at least something. This is the space I'm working with. As you can see, it's not very visually appealing. I could have just painted over it, but I didn't want to end up trying to match this blue. I just didn't want to go through the hassle, and I felt like the grass wall would have been a bit more texture and recognizable to people. So that's what I went for. It comes 12 panels in a box, 20 inches by 20 inches. These ended up costing me a little under $100 a box. This is in Canadian currency. If you're in the US, probably costs you a lot less. But nevertheless, this is me starting to put the panels up. As you can see here, I'm using double-sided tape. If you have a wall that you can shoot staples through, I would advise you to just do that because it'll take you less than 2 hours, a lot less than 2 hours. But because I have a concrete wall, I ended up going with double-sided tape because I felt like it was the most cost-efficient way to get these up. Because when I looked for something a lot heavier duty that would leave less of a mark on the wall, it was a bit more pricey. I don't really care about taking paint off this wall. This wall is already pretty ruined, so I didn't really care what happened to it. But yeah, if you have a wall that you really like, I would not put double-sided tape over it. Do not do that. Go for the stapler. But this is the tape I used if anyone's in the situation I'm in and you just don't care about the wall that you're mounting these panels on. I'm gonna stop talking though because I do end up speaking a bit in the video about what I'm doing. And yeah, just watch the time lapse. I'll interject when I need to, and I hope you enjoy the setup. So just a quick tip, if you do decide to use the double-sided tape, it can be a bit hard to separate if you don't have the tools for it. So what I found to be helpful is I'll cut the tape but not cut it all the way through so the cut isn't clean, and I'll just rip the end off. So I'll cut maybe like halfway and then rip the rest off so the paper separates from the tape, and it's a much smoother process. If you cut it cleanly, it can be a bit hard to separate the two. So yeah, just a quick tip. So as you can see here, I'm cutting the panels into thinner strips just so I can get a more seamless transition over this power outlet. The panels are super easy to cut, so I don't think a lot of you are going to have too much issue if you do end up needing to be precise around any objects on the wall. One thing I would say, just in case you don't have enough panels, is maybe measure out what you need to cut before you do, so that you're not using panels that you end up needing later on. But yeah, other than that, I was just mapping it out, and it was a pretty simple process. I actually enjoyed this because it looked really clean after I was done, and I was pretty happy with it. So now time for the neon sign. I was super excited to open this because it's been sitting in my house for quite some time. I was just waiting for all the grass panels and everything to come all at once so I can set it up. I got this neon sign from Radical Neon. This is not a sponsored video though. If they do want to sponsor me, I would absolutely love that because it was a super simple process. The person I talked to was super lovely. They got me situated right away. Do I think this is the best budget-friendly option for a neon sign? I can't say that. This ended up costing me around $600, which I think to be a fair price. But like I said, I haven't searched the internet for better budget-friendly options because I know there are some. But nevertheless, as soon as I opened up this neon sign, I realized that I didn't have the correct mounting screws to get this installed. Again, like I said, I am working with cement, and it is not something I can drill very far into. So I ended up having to improvise. I used fishing line from an old fishing rod I had. And it worked out great because there were nails that I could tie the fishing line through and just have it suspended above my setup. And it just looks really clean in my opinion. I tucked the wire behind the grass panels so you can't see the wire and it just looks like it's floating in space. I really like the way it turned out. If any of you have been following me for a while, you would know that this logo means a lot to me. It's gonna be pretty hard to get in videos because it's working in, you know, the vertical axes. But I still like it. I think it's cool. It adds a bit of separation. Feel free to let me know what you guys think down below. I always love reading comments, and if this video helped you at all, I'm so glad. If you're new here, again, welcome. And I forgot to say Happy New Year at the beginning, but I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your new year. And thank you so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video and all that good stuff. All right, peace. I have 8 panels left, and hopefully it fits. Well, it's gonna f***ing fit. I can't swear, I forgot, but the panels are gonna go up. You're gonna see them go up, and if you don't, then I just gave up and I went crazy. Or more fuck, I hate doing this.